This video is brought to you in part by Backyard Wrestling History. Go and subscribe to their channel. Enjoy. Welcome to Madness, my Hatters. In this world, you will find strange tales, twisted adventures, and curious thoughts that dare to challenge the boundaries of imagination. Welcome to Diary of the Mad Hatter. Okay, so Phil, where did you get a lot of your ideas from? Or let me be more specific. Outside of the Invasion angle, which we all know was WWE post WCW, post Monday Night Wars and stuff like that, where did you draw a lot of your storyline ideas from?
So a lot of it was we wanted to kind of be a sponge for the wrestling business, because now that we're doing it, you know, we wanted to cherry pick and find all these things we could do to kind of give us our own voice, give us our own style, make us stand out from everybody else. So what we would do is, you know, we would watch WWE, we'd watch TNA, we'd watch Ring of Honor, we'd go to indie shows out here in the area. I'd get tapes from Mexico and Japan, and we'd watch Japanese death matches, we'd watch Lucha Libre shows from Mexico. Like, we would just kind of be a sponge and soak everything up that we could, and we could see like what everybody was doing, and we could cherry pick the bits that we liked or the bits that we thought we could do and put our own spin on it. So it was just, and this is all before YouTube. YouTube wasn't a thing when we were doing all this. So this is like buying VHS tapes off of the internet and doing tape trading and all this stuff to find all this stuff and make it work.
Yeah. And and as a person who watched WWE for, at that time, I don't know, 2-3 years, because I really wasn't into it. You know, when I see the tapes that you guys produced, you know, it always had that feel like, okay, well, at least these guys are, you know, it almost seems like you guys were actually, you know, producing something that could be on TV, because, you know, unfortunately, you don't have like the ring, or you don't have the side, what are those things called? The
guardrails.
No, not the guardrails.
Titantron.
No, well, that too, definitely that too, because that would have been actually cool. But I'm talking about the commentator desk, and the ringside area, and the stuff under the ring. You know, you were basically doing that with, as Phil mentioned, bed sheets and poles that you got from the side of the street.
Or like in terms of Titantron, a big screen TV that we would set out for like the free previews, we called them.
Yeah,
and we would upload. Phil would create a music video for you, and then pair it with your, you know, pop it in the VHS and play it on the big screen. So when you come out the ramp, your music's playing just like in WWE.
Yeah, I had one of those big rear projection big screen TVs, and I'd wheel it out next to the entranceway, and then set up a VCR and run a long ass coaxial cable so I could play. And then because we're out in the sun, you can't see the fucking screen anyway, so we only did it like a handful of times.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you, if you were doing Titantron, how come we never seen it?
And that's why, just the technical limitations of it. I remember there was a DVD WB did called The Rise and Fall of ECW. Yeah. Right, and on there, Paul Heyman had talked about his philosophy with ECW, and he was just like, I wanted to accentuate the positives and hide the negatives. We don't have the same production value as WWF and WCW, so let's not even go there. Let's go the opposite direction. Let's do something they're not doing. And so I kind of took that to heart with what we were doing. It's like, okay, we don't have a ring, we don't have a nice fancy entranceway, we don't have any of these things you see on TV. So instead of trying to emulate that, let's go a different direction. Let's find a way where we can make what we have available to us make sense, and let's make the most out of what we got.
Okay, so you mentioned Paul Heyman, and we all know that he is he's worlds above a lot of people when it comes to content creation space, because, you know, he's great when he's on the microphone.
Yep.
He knows how to take those bumps, even though he has nothing to do with the actual hands-on parts of wrestling. Who would be your biggest influences as far as trying to make wrestling work?
Paul is definitely one of my major influences. To a smaller extent, I would also say, Eric Bischoff. I just admit, I know he is the head of a failed company, but when they were doing things right, they were doing things right. And there's stuff that worked right. And then you can't not say, to a degree, especially back then when we were kids, Vince. You know what I mean? Vince clearly had a lot of things going that did work as far as how to make a wrestling show. So those three, for sure. Back then. Now I have a wide sort of scope of who I would call it. Back then as kids, it's for real.
Phil?
No, so definitely Paul Heyman. Just the way he's able to accentuate someone's negatives or accentuate somebody's positives and hide their negatives, play into somebody's strengths. You have wrestlers on there like 911 and New Jack who they're very limited. They're good at one thing. All we're gonna do is focus on the one thing you can do. All 911 can do is choke slam. That's all he's gonna do. We're not gonna put him in a 20-minute catch-can wrestling match. He'll just run in and choke slam everybody because that's all he can do. But we'll get him over doing that.
Thank you for watching this clip. Stay tuned for further clips, and if you missed the last one, go check it out. Till then, go check out Backyard Wrestling History, and as a reminder that kindness is always free, and I'm cheap as fuck. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, stay mad, my hatters.